War and slavery was a part of every society in history. Every group of people have at one time been the slaver or the slave, but that fact is too vague and too high level to really understand what it meant to the average person. I don't know if people had a constant fear of war and slavery on their minds, but reading enough history, there was a chance you could one day be living in a peaceful town or city, and the next, that city is under siege. You were building your house, you had a job or a career, a family. Everyone had dreams of their own, a dream of the life you wanted and were going to have. But then one day, that all changed. What a slave could expect in the 500 AD time period comes to us from historian Edward Gibbon. According to the maxims of ancient war, the conqueror became the lawful master of the enemy whom he had subdued and spared, and the fruitful cause of personal slavery, which had been almost suppressed by the peaceful sovereignty of Rome, was again revived and multiplied by the perpetual hostilities of the independent barbarians. The Goths, the Burgundian, or the Frank, who returned from a successful expedition, dragged after him a long train of sheep, of oxen, and of human captives, whom he treated with the same brutal contempt. The youth of an elegant form and an ingenuous aspect were set apart for the domestic service, a doubtful situation, which alternately exposed them to the favorable or cruel impulse of passion. The useful mechanics and servants, smiths, carpenters, tailors, shoemakers, cooks, gardeners, dyers, and workmen in gold and silver, etc., employed their skill for the use or profit of their master. But the Roman captives, who were destitute of art but capable of labor, were condemned, without regard to their former rank, to tend the cattle and cultivate the lands of the barbarians. The number of the hereditary bondsmen who were attached to the Gallic estates was continually increased with new supplies, and the servile people, according to the situation and temper of their lords, was sometimes raised by precarious indulgence, and more frequently depressed by capricious despotism. An absolute power of life or death was exercised by these lords, and when they married their daughters, a train of useful servants, chained on the wagon to prevent their escape, was sent as a nuptial present into a distant country.